What's up, everybody? My name is Jordan, and today's video is going to be about handling objections. This channel is all about sharing my experience, mistakes, knowledge with you guys so that you guys can grow your own social media marketing agency slash digital marketing agency. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about handling objections. And this video was inspired, or this video idea was from my buddy Dustin Robinson, who is in the private Facebook group. Thank you, Dustin, for all your support this far, man. He was probably one of my first subscribers, and dude, thank you for your support, bro. So, anyways, his idea was just handling some main objections with clients. He also wanted me to make a video about working with tough clients, and yes, I have had some tough clients, but I'll save that for another video. Today I just wanted to focus on some of the main objections. So warming up, guys, let's just jump right into it. And so warming up your prospect is so important prior to your meeting, because number one, they're going to have less objections if they already have a good understanding of what you do and decide, and they still chose to meet with you. And then number two, I don't think I put it in here, but they're also going to be more likely to close as well. So, you're not wasting your time hopping on a bunch of phone calls with cold leads that don't really know what you do and what you're about. So, just warming up your prospects before you hopping on a call with these people, it's going to save you time, and they're going to be more likely to become clients. So you can warm up your prospects by giving them some kind of ebook, free training, cheat sheet, audit, etc. So whatever it is that you can provide some kind of value that allows you to position yourself as the expert in this niche, they're going to check it out, and they're going to be more likely to sign on as a new client and have less objections if they've already read it through your free ebook or free training. The goal with meeting our prospect is that we don't want any gray area answers. We want either a yes or a no. We don't want a maybe, I'll think about it, let me do this, let me do that, come back at me in 2 months, whatever. We want them to understand right from the beginning of the phone call that it is okay to say that they are not interested in our service and they don't want to move forward. We want them to know that there's no hard feelings, because a lot of these prospects, they're going to feel bad for saying no after, your 15 or 30-minute conversation, whatever. They don't want to say, "Oh, I'm not interested," because they don't want to be mean or whatever, for whatever reason. But if we prime them ahead of time, right at the beginning, it's like, "Hey, it's going to be okay if you're not interested at this time, then just let me know. There's no hard feelings." So that way we get that out the way. So the first very common objection, right? This is, sometimes they'll even ask this prior to the phone call, is how much is it? How much is your services? And just like going to a doctor, I'm sure you've heard of, this example many times, but if you haven't, it's just like going to a doctor and asking the doctor how much it's going to be, right? The doctor doesn't know what's wrong with you. He doesn't know, why you're sick, what's causing it, what he needs to prescribe, what kind of treatments you need. So he's not going to be able to give you a price if he doesn't understand your pain points, your wants, your needs, your goals, right? So how much is it? Many prospects will just want to get straight to the point and see if this is going to fit their budget. How much does a doctor come up with a price before how does a doctor come up with a price before he even knows what you need, right? So the minute you give out your price is the same time you've lost all control, because you haven't taken the time to build up the needs to discover exactly what they're looking for. So if they ask you before you hop on a call, how much is it? You can give them a price range anywhere from half of your original price to double your initial price. So if you charge, $1,500, you could say, my price range is anywhere from $750 to $3,000, but it really depends on what you're looking to do, and what your goals are, where you're trying to go, pretty much. So it really depends on what their goals and what they're trying to do. So, I'll be able to give you a much better answer after I get a better understanding of you and your business goals. So that's something I like to say hey, I need to get a better understanding of you, what you're looking to do, what your goals are, before I can give you a better accurate answer. But here's my price range. That way you have an idea. And some of these people, maybe sometimes they don't have the budget to pay for your service. So if they can't afford half of your services, they're for sure not going to be able to afford you at all, right? So that's kind of a way to answer that specific objection. All right, so it's too expensive. So after your 15 to 30-minute phone call, and you've given them the price, and they say it's too expensive, right? And this is why you don't want to give up your pricing at the very beginning of the call, because if you give up your pricing at the beginning of the call and they say it's too expensive, then you didn't get the chance to build up rapport, what their needs are. You haven't gotten the chance to build that bridge between where their current situation is and then where they want to go, and then positioning yourself as their only bridge, their only solution from getting them from point A to point B, right? So this is why it's super important that you want to use up this entire call or entire meeting with them to collect intel, to collect information from your prospect. You need to use this whole meeting before you give out the price. You need to understand their needs, their pains, their goals, where they want to be, where they're currently at. And so by asking the right questions, you're going to have a better understanding of how much return you can make on their investment, right? So before you give them the call, you're going to ask them a series of questions to understand, how much return that you'll be making them on their investment. So for example, if I charge $3,500 for my services, and I know that each case that I bring to one of my lawyers is worth anywhere from $1,000 to $20,000. But let's just say his average case value, right? His average client that he signs on is worth $1,500 or $2,000. Then I would only need to really bring about 2 to 2.5 cases for my client to break even. Now, that's not even including the lifetime value of the client. Just because the client, he signs on a client and the client is worth $2,000, the lifetime of that value, the referral, if they ever get in trouble again, they're going to come back to the same lawyer. If a family or a friend gets in trouble, they're going to refer those friends to the lawyer. So excluding the lifetime value, I only need to bring 2 to 2.5 cases for my client to break even. And if I finish asking my series of questions to understand, the my average the average case value for my lawyer, and excluding the lifetime value. And I told my prospect that if I only need to get them 2.5 new cases to break even, doesn't that sound very doable? If I can bring you, 20 new leads a month, and you only need to close two of them, which is a 10% closing rate, you pretty much break even, and then you would make money on the lifetime value side. Now that's on the very end of the stick, right, guys? So that's very doable. And if and so now it makes your $3,500 for your service a lot more reasonable, right, guys? So if you just broke down the numbers to them, they're gonna have a better understanding. That's why it's very important that you do your homework. You already have a good understanding of how much your customers are worth to your clients, how much the lifetime value is worth to your clients, and that way we could use that to leverage and make to leverage and then make our pricing reasonable, right? Logically reasonable to our client. So this is why you need to understand your prospect's ideal customer value and their lifetime value. The old let me think about it. So when your prospect says let me think about it, what they're really saying is one of these three things: I don't have the money, I don't see the value, or I don't see the urgency. Why should I buy right now? And it's going to be usually always about the money, right? Let me think about it. Let me think if I have enough money, if I could afford this, if it's within my budget, if I'm going to make a return on my money, right? Money is a big important issue, right? If you said, hey, I'll do this for free, right? All right, no brainer. I'm going to sign on right away. So number one thing here that they're thinking about is most likely the money. So it's always about the money. If the money wasn't an object, then they would have already purchased from you. So here's what you can say. Usually when prospects tell me they want to think about it, it's because they don't want to purchase, and you're just not trying to hurt my feelings. It's the money, right? So from here, the prospect will say it's too expensive, it's out of budget. They're going to give you the real pain points to why they don't want to sign on. So from here, you can now offer them different pricing options for your prospect. You can say, I can offer, I could waive the setup fee for you for the first, for whatever, or I could reduce my management fee to half for the first month, so that way you could just get started, see the value in it. Or I could waive the management fee, and then you just pay for the setup fee. So whatever you guys feel comfortable with doing, understand that the money is going to be an issue for some of your prospects. I have had prospects where it's like, oh, all right, let's get started. They pay the full price, and those have been the best clients. But you will run into prospects that say, it's too expensive, I can't really pay for it, blah, blah, blah. And so just have different pricing options ready for these type of prospects. I will get back to you. So normally when a prospect says this, you usually end up never hearing from them again. They're going to ghost you and they'll disappear. You can send your follow-up emails, whatever, and they just won't get back to you. They won't reply to you. So before we hop off the call with these type of prospects who says this, we need to figure out the truth to why they don't want to move forward with us right now. Do they need more time, or are they politely declining and rejecting us, right? So here's what you can say. Well, Joe, usually when I hear first and foremost, we just want to be straight up, right? Let's just be straight up. We don't want to beat around the bush like they're beating around the bush. Let's just be straight up. Well, Joe, usually when I hear someone say that they'll get back to me, I never hear from them again. So exactly, let's bottom line this. What would it take for you and I to do business today? Right? And so from here, they're going to state their problems to why they don't want to move forward with you. And so you can focus on solving that particular problem objection. So for example, if you sell Facebook ads, and they say they will get back to you, they're going to say, well, I've tried Facebook ads myself. I've worked with other Facebook ad companies and it didn't work. I just don't see the value in this. I don't think this is going to work for me. And then from there, you can focus on solving that particular issue. I need to talk to my partner, wife, etc. I've gotten this a few times, guys. So I need to talk to my wife. Like, what? Your wife runs a business too, or what's going on? So I don't know, but they're gonna want to talk to their partner, their wife, their spouse, their friend, their best friend, their dog, whatever it is. They're gonna need to talk to someone before moving forward. And so we got to respect this, right? We're going to respect that. And we're going to tell them that it's important. Do you know when you will speak to your partner? And, the purpose of this is we want to get a date and a time, and then say, okay, so I can follow up with you then. So you want to get a day, a time for them to, whenever they speak to their partner, okay, when are you going to talk to your partner? That way we can follow. So I could touch base with you and follow up with you then. All right. So that's pretty much the response to that. So that's pretty much all. Those are pretty much the main objections that I encounter. There are a few more objections that I didn't include in here, but if you want those objections included, if you want these slides along with other free resources that I provide to everyone that's been following the journey that you could use for your business, then make sure you join my private Facebook group. The link is in the description below. It's a pinned post. You can just go join the private Facebook group, and then just download whatever you need. You can have these slides, the objection slides. I have sales scripts. I have other slides. I don't know. There's so many. I have free ebooks now in there to help you out. So make sure you join the private Facebook group. If you want to download free resources, it's really like just there, pinned post. Just hit the download and it's all yours. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Make sure you guys subscribe to join the journey, and then hit the like button, because I like how I wrote it in the slide so I could read it, and I was still messing it up. But hit the like button, guys. I'll see y'all next video. Peace.